The old tradition of handmade kites was brought to Hawaii from China by Mr. Richard Ching. Many years ago, Richard Ching learned how to make painted kites. Through application and skill, he advanced to a degree of technique which created kites that soared higher and stayed up longer than most others. Let's see how he does it.
Well, I make kite because I love to look at flying objects, and it's a challenge that how good can I make. And I have a lot of fun. I like flying objects. A Chinese kite, the bow kite, is a kite made from a square piece of paper. Be sure that the paper is really square. Then you have two pieces of bamboo. And then when you make your bow, the bow is placed this way, the perimeter this way here. Just the opposite way from the American bow. The American bow goes this way. The Chinese kite has more flexibility. By flexibility, I mean this. The wings, you shake it, it flaps. And when it flaps, when you pull the string, it flaps. It gradually goes up and up and up. Whereas the American kite, they have the dihydral this way here, nowhere else, just one way. So there's a little bit more advantage in this bamboo than this regular stick. Flexibility. To make a kite, you got to have bamboos. So I go up in the forest, bamboo forest, or wherever there's bamboo, then I select my bamboo. When I select my bamboo, the bamboo should have long knots. From here to here is all right, but not short kind of a knot. Then it all depends on the size of kite that I want. But for the size of a kite that I have now, and I got about an inch or inch and a quarter inch thick bamboo, bring it home, cut it up, and split it up in half, like this, after it's been dried. Then after that, I split it up in small sections like this. Then after that, I find the one that I want. Then I start to work on my bow and the centerpiece by shaving it down. The next step I do, get the string here. What is knot? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Turn, pull. Then I turn it over. Do the same thing, more or less, get an idea how big the bow is going to be. The next thing I do is to put the bow on the kite and see how does it look, see how does it work. Yeah, good enough. Then I have my contact cement. The contact cement, then I put a little bit on the bamboo, sufficient. I don't have to make it all over the paper. Take too much time and this and that. So we do it this way. In the old days, the regular paste cost too much money. So instead of using the regular paste, I used to use rice, flour, and sometimes poi. But there is one fault with it. At night time comes along, the cockroaches eat them up. So that's the problem. Just on the bamboo is sufficient. The others, they're not too sure. They put on the paper and all, but I just save some glue. And I paste it this way. Okay, and the next thing, the centerpiece. Stick it under here, stick it there, put it to the top. Then I use the same glue, put it on the top here, put some on the paper. Well, I have flown kite more than 60 years. Today I'm 71, so you can see one was 11. Probably I was about 9 when I started. About 11 years old, that's when my dad took me to China. And that is when the real challenge came in. Because when I seen the kite up in the air, it was hardly any wind. And I was so happy. I said, I got to make a kite something like that one. That kite can fly in very, very light wind where most kites won't fly. And so when I came back to Hawaii, I learned how to make all the different kites like this. And when I started to make my kite, I didn't even know how to paint. If I were to show you those that I made about 22 years ago, I would be ashamed to show them to you now, because they were lousy painting. But as we go along, then I start to improve. Well, to me, kite making is an art. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can make a kite, but will it really fly? So I make a kite, and when I say it's an art, I mean to make a kite can fly in light wind, medium wind, and strong wind. Well, I fly kite because I have some kind of a sense of happiness. When I see the kite in the air, then I'm so happy. I see the kites flying in the air, and sometimes I see the birds fly around the kite. And sometimes the birds will even hit the kite string. It gives you that kind of feelings. Oh my, even the birds come to investigate, you know, and gives you a heck of a good feeling that you cannot even express it all.
Where I live, there are rainbows and flowers full of colors and birds filled with song. I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. I hear children laughing in this place that I love. Where I live, there are rainbows with life and the laughter of morning and stars